and once it's on, you can run around the map and shoot 3 purple crystals, and each of them will give you also need to zombies Tessie or battery. You can get this by using that pack-a-punch gun you just got on Tessie and shooting the front of the car, and the battery will pop right out. You can grab it, and then a load of zombies will spawn in, so don't get taken out by them, and that's one of your parts secured. You'll then
Somewhere on that cursed asteroid, you will find the shadow of Caltheris. I helped you get there, but the rest is up to you.
Where's the video though?
Yeah, I'll tell the shadows
video
that you
happened.
sent us. Now let me hear myself think. Looks like someone forgot to duck.
Map's dark.
Freeing the Shadow Smiths is your path to defeat their master.
I am open to input, Fraulein, but I set mine own schedule and make my own fate. Even here.
Be warned, Caltheris will fight your attempts to free her.
Where's the subtitles?
Just as I did.
I am seldom greeted warmly. I can't imagine why.
I just boost. It's a big square. Oh fuck, it's a trap. Wow. Cool. Can I jump over there? Yes, I can.
is restored. I do hope we get to play with the organ.
An unforeseen complication was encountered while implementing Shadow Smith 1's protocol.
So clean, so precise, so very me! Our benefactor got us close, but it was my thrust modifications that stuck the landing. What on earth would I do without me?
Good man, why can I not pick up your points? Pretty cool.
Good, sehr good.
Why is this map so dark? This is my settings. Timber.
It is hard to focus on mere survival when this place sends my brain into overdrive. Ah, the possibilities! I say, I don't like getting lost in the minutia.
forgot what I'm looking for.
Let's paint the town red! It's amazing how many tubes and pipes can fit in a human body. I am happy! Does it show? This isn't much of a bright side, is it? A periscope! No, a periscope! Something is going up! Semtex out! I'm a lover and a fighter! Concussion grenade out! I did that! I made it happen! I truly am the best of us!
Conserve your energy. This realm consumes it without mercy.
There's so much to exploit in this realm. So many paths to power. When I escape this hellhole, Group 935 will have a whole new agenda.
Tear them to pieces!
No bad
What the fuck was that?
Just so you all know, you won't last very long without me!
Okay.
You're getting out over your proverbial skis. Stay in the moment. Stay alive. The universe is not comfortable at once. In terms of quick gets, that was certainly one of them. Establishing point turret.
Max armor!
Money well spent. At least it better be.
Annihilator. That's a trap.
I think my muscles are getting muscles. Some good news! Properly. That was utterly ruthless. I like that.
Alert!
A reserve for me and me alone. Riddle me this, riddle me fucking that. Sending Semtex.
Then also need to put Cryo Freeze, the ammo mod, on your weapon at an arsenal machine, and once it's on, you can run around the map and shoot 3 purple crystals, and each of them will give you a little shard here. Pick those up, and you'll then have 3 in your inventory when you've grabbed all 3. Another thing you can do at this stage of your game is get your aberrant wires. These will be located at a streetlight that is blinking in your game, but there are multiple spawn points for the blinking streetlight. So I'm going to show you several different spawn locations right now, but obviously if you can't find it, check the description down below, and also just look out for a blinking streetlight in your game. So without further ado, let's
I've seen deadlier weapons at a knitting convention.
One step forward, one step back. Or maybe even sideways.
show you some blinking streetlight spawns. Here is streetlight in your game. So without further ado, let's show you some blinking streetlight spawns. Here is a potential blinking streetlight. This one is kind of offset. It's looking like it's been knocked over or something. Another possible blinking streetlight can be just here next.
Apparently luck comes in threes. Where are my other nice things?
to whiskey here, and here is to shoot it with your weapon just a couple of times, and you should see your aberrant wires pop out, and you can pick those up. Now, to proceed further from here, we need to do a little extra sequence in the Pack-a-Punch room. The first thing we'll do to get this started is to hold square here on this organ, and it will play some tones. And then you're going to look around in that room for these vents. There are several of these. They can be on the corners of the walls in that room or on the pillars. And there are also some up top above where the Pack-a-Punch is as well, kind of on that balcony area. And you need to find one of those vents which is steaming. When you find that, shoot it, and you then basically are on a timer to shoot the next steaming vent. So the steam will move from that one to a different one of the vents. And like I said, it could be lower down, or it could be above you in that middle upper area. When you find another steaming vent, shoot it, it will move again. Make sure you're checking that underneath bit, make sure you're checking that kind of ground level, and then make sure you're checking that upper cylindrical area. And once you've shot 6 or 7 of those, you'll get a sound cue, and you'll see the telescope in front of you sort of move around a little bit, and that will mean that we can interact with that in a moment. Now, during this, you should also have an Oscar spawn in. That's the mini-boss in this map. You want to not kill Oscar because we're going to use him for some Easter egg steps here. If he's not spawning for you, go another couple of rounds. I think that you can get him on like round 7, round 8.
Is one of the most important organs. Possibly my second. What a silly Jilly Willy.
Remain still while eradication occurs.
The heavens are yours to explore.
Stuff like that. But in my experience, he spawns in from the steam vents. If you're having any trouble getting him to spawn in, then make sure you check the description. Also, for the record, if you fail the steam vents, you just need to go over to the organ again and play on the organ once more, and then look around for a different steaming vent and repeat the process, because it is on a timer. So assuming you've done the steam vents, you've moved the telescope, like everything is going well, and you have an Oscar spawned in, you're now going to work on the Oscar Wonder Weapon parts. One of these can be acquired from shooting the little UFOs that Oscar has floating around him. And when you do that, you'll get a damaged UFO disc, which you can pick up. And then you've got a choice. You can basically go and kill Oscar in one of 3 locations, and you can do them in any order you choose. So I'm just going to show you the order I happen to do in my game here. We're going to do the sun first. For this, you're going to go over to this little viewfinder on the telescope, hold interact on that, and then you're going to drag your viewfinder over to the sun when Oscar is nearby. If he's on the other side of the map, this is not going to work. So make sure you have Oscar sort of in that room, and zombies also will not target you while you're in the viewfinder, which is nice. So use the viewfinder to aim at the sun, and it will then kick you out of the viewfinder, and a laser beam will start coming through the telescope, and you need to walk Oscar through that, and he will then explode. Now, if he doesn't explode properly, something I'd also recommend doing, and this is a useful tip for all of these, is to shoot his little orbiting UFOs as he steps through it. And that's just going to mean that he gets a little staggered as well, so that can be quite nice for making.
I could have shot you somewhere else.
Oscar, you will be eliminated.
Malorum! Consider this a very cold shoulder.
Moving against the great points, Commander. Alert! New target identified.
Do not resist your noxious suit.
Wow, this safe so hard.
Making sure this works. But so long as you walk him through that sun laser, you should see that he explodes, and you then need to wait for another Oscar to spawn into your game. So change the round, go to the next round after that. If you still don't have an Oscar, you should eventually hear a siren at the beginning of the round when he spawns in. And you'll also need to roam around the map to look for him because he won't automatically aggro to you. He'll sort of be stationary, like a sentry somewhere, and you need to find him. Otherwise, he might just sort of be... So need to hear a siren at the beginning of the round when he spawns in. And you'll also need to roam around the map to look for him because he won't automatically aggro to you. He'll sort of be stationary, like a sentry somewhere, and you need to find him. Otherwise, he might just sort of get lost roaming around the corridors. Now, before that happens, there are one or two other little things that you can do just to optimize the rest of your match. One of them is to go into the museum room, and by this cabinet, if you smash its glass sort of door, you can grab yourself a bone saw, which we will use shortly in the egg. And another thing that you can do while you're waiting is you can go over to the telescope viewfinder once again, and you this time want to position the viewfinder perfectly in the center of Mars. When you do this, you'll see there are two numbers in the bottom corner of your screen, and you're looking for the 4-digit number. It should be your declination. That's what that stands for. Dec is declination, and it should be 4 digits. We're going to note those down, and we're going to use them later in the Easter egg. So let's say you've got your next Oscar spawned in now. The second one that I'm going to do in my game is the lasers, but you can absolutely do the rocket ship next if you want to. Like I said, you can do these in any order. But what we can do is we can go into the Luminarium, and because we've got the Tessie battery and the wires and the UFO, you can install these into the Luminarium trap, and then you need to bring Oscar into the room and activate the trap, and it will be free to use for the first time. And when he's in there, a little lockdown sequence will start, and you'll see a loading bar in the corner of your screen saying that he is charging. So while this is all going on, I'd recommend taking out those UFOs that he spawns in, making sure that you survive, obviously, and you'll see that continuously charge up. And
my shiny new agent of pain! Do you know what really happens after death? Nothing! I think I actually saw its ears fly off! little time. Task station marked. If I'd known we were using bone saws, I would have brought mine own. Stop, or I'll shoot! Did I say that too late?
Uh-oh.
Then at the end of it, you should see that Oscar dies, and you then need one more Oscar spawn a little later in your game. So go another couple of rounds until you get your next Oscar, and then your final Oscar, if you're doing the same order as me,
Beware that which lurks in the shadows.
Control. Apparatus has built. Go. Intruder detected.
I wish I had a thermopile to properly measure the damage. Sending tactical. Yeah, I told my hands will stop trembling in a moment. That splatter and sings to me that mere science cannot explain. Silly, silly Willy.
is going to be the rocket. So you're going to go into the museum room. You're going to use those 3 shards that we picked up at the crystals earlier on, and you're going to bring Oscar to the back of the rocket just here. You're then going to interact with the side of the rocket, as you can see. That's going to start a blast-off sequence, and you want Oscar to be in the blast of the rocket when the little countdown hits 0. So it gives you 5 or 6 seconds. You just need to make sure there. You're at the go into the museum room. You're going to use those 3 shards that we picked up at the crystals earlier on, and you're going to bring Oscar to the back of the rocket just here. You're then going to interact with the side of the rocket, as you can see. That's going to start a blast-off.
It is a miracle that I'm willing to entertain such tedium. I would smile, but I only bare my teeth when I need to.
Foreboding planet.
Everyone, listen to me. We are meant to...
Enjoy the rapid contraction of your atoms!
Hell yeah.
This weapon is exquisite!
Let's go.
I dared not hope you would make it this far.
Are you mad? Stop! Or the Master will destroy you! to pieces.
I don't like it.
Max ammo.
Alright! Enough is a fortnight.